in just about every type of way you can imagine.
The rivalry that splits homes in this state, it's either you're one side or the other. Are you green and white or maize and blue? And here, we're going to find out which one's going to come out on top in Smash Brothers, live on the stage here. Confluence Art Prize live from downtown Grand Rapids at Rosa Park Circle.
Yeah, MSU definitely coming in as the favorite to win this whole thing. Multiple players on their team ranked among the best of the best in the state.
Players that have been ranked as the best of the best in other states as well coming in here.
Yeah, for a long time as well. And UoM coming in as no slouch though.
No,
a few solid players on here. Dante Latte definitely one of them.
Yeah, one of the early on in their own esports program, and we're starting off strong here with Dante Latte from UoM versus Arti for MSU. Arti coming all the way from Peru as well.
Yep.
Made big, leveled up huge last semester, coming back even stronger than ever. We're starting off the Joker versus Palutena on PS2. Let's get into it, folks. Let us hear it if you're excited for this one.
Yeah, classic matchup. These two characters have been in the upper echelon of this game for a very long time at this point. As we do see Arti getting off the first couple of hits all the way up to 38%.
And every time I see Arti do that little slip where he goes below stage, I always think, oh, is he going to hit him with the down air? Is he going to spike him again? It's like he's so clean with his movement in everything, his approaches. And right now he's just continuing to put the pressure on Dante Latte. As now Dante's trying to answer back, and the Arsene is almost out, ready to play. That's going to give Joker a massive power boost.
Yeah, Arti can get super bold off stage sometimes, so I do wonder how much we're going to see that, especially with the Arsene coming out. Arsene making most of Joker's moves super strong. However, the off-stage scenario can get a little bit rough with Arsene out. That is the trade-off.
But Arti, very, very solid with these Palutena combos, takes the first stock off the top from Dante Latte. Now, getting a little too cute with it, trying to see where Dante's going to go. Just said going to make it back and reset neutral, but still building the percent and starting to snowball here as Arti has a full stock lead and more, starting to lap him too.
And Arti's Palutena is so good at putting on this ledge pressure, it's going to make it really hard for Dante to get back. See, and that's the thing, is that Joker has that Arsene meter, right? Once you get hit, and once you get those counters, that Arsene meter gets all the way filled, and then your moves start doing a lot more damage, they start comboing better, but the only issue with that is that if you're getting hit while Arsene is out, you can lose it just as quickly as you got it, and we saw that happen right there with Dante. Was not able to make the most out of that advantage.
And a character like Palutena, who has a lot of these strong multi-hit moves, are just going to deplete that meter that much quicker.
Yeah, it can really rip it up.
So now Dante trying to find the first stock off Arti here. Arti looking to pull this lead, get a 2-stock lead for MSU. And now getting off stage, a little explosive flame to make sure he has the space to get back on the ledge.
Got that little down tilt, not going to come through. Dante looking for any of these combo starters, and he's not going to need one. He finds a down smash to take that first stock off of Arti.
I really like that. He showed patience, waiting for Arti to sort of air dodge, and then waiting like, okay, which way are you going to go? And then boom, as soon as he landed on the ground, there's a down smash for you.
There you go, Dante off stage. Gets that tether recovery back to it, but Arti, again, that ledge pressure has just been too strong so far.
Yeah, it's still keeping it up. And one of the few things are scarier than when Arti's just starting to approach you with Nair. You just see that little sound right there. Boom, there's 2, there's 3. Can we get any more? No, we're going to finish it with a back air, keep him off stage. Arsene is out to play.
Yeah, that Palutena neutral air can really put you in a blender, put on a whole lot of damage, and can carry you across the entire stage and do quite a bit of damage in the process. But now for the first time, Dante Latte finds himself with Arsene in neutral. He's not just threatening to lose it right now in a great little mix-up to not follow up. No punish to boot, though.
I really like that. You know, he's got to make big moves to try and bring this back to even. So
yeah, I love the idea.
Reading that kind of air dodge and trying to punish with a big smash attack. Great idea, but good job from Arti to avoid it as well.
Yeah, and you see right there, he's going super deep off stage. He knows that he's down by quite a bit. He wants to take the second stock off of Arti and give his team a better shot. But somehow the counter didn't do it. That Palutena down smash is going to come through. Look at Arti cheesing.
The wings of victory come, and they take it for Arti, knocking Dante Latte out, and now it's up to MSU to respond.
No, it's not uncommon for MSU to see Arti just roll through all 4 players on a team.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen on this UoM lineup, but I will say the stakes in this match are far from low, as the winner of this wins their group and goes into the playoff bracket with the first seed.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
Super, super important going forward. As Now we wait to see who U of M can respond with. A couple of players they got Jado, Ramiz, and we were told it was Prototype, but it might not be. That might not be the case today.
Yeah, we do know that Jado is a super strong player coming out of this U of M squad. I would argue their strongest. And Ramiz, another strong player, but it looks like U of M is going to be sending out their fourth. I'll be interested to see what he can do against Arti, who again is always a threat to just run through your whole team.
Yeah, that seems to be the story with all of MSU. As the collegiate crew battle scene has gone on, we've seen multiple of their players just go through entire teams by themselves.
Yeah.
Suspect did it not too long ago, taking a full 16 stocks on
Today?
his own. Not today, but recently, I think a couple weeks ago.
It happens often.
Yeah, it's so.
It happens often.
It's like the Murderers Row Yankees. It's Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, one after another, and there's it's the modern day Braves. Well,
yeah, and the thing is they tend to send out Arti first because he's just so consistent. He very rarely falters. So when he comes through and just dismantles a team by himself, it can be very demoralizing. But U of M is going to come into this with Psych, rocking the peach. Let's see what he can do against Arti here. Finds the first hit. That is nothing to scoff at, but Arti is going to surge right back. A couple of connections of his own. But
yeah.
Psyche reverses that stage position.
Now, Peach is one of those characters that has a very unique ability to float. You can, but it doesn't matter with that because Arti's gonna give Psych the boot and just take a stock quickly, and that makes 4.
Yeah, you can't float when you're already dead. But as you were saying, yeah, Peach, the only character in this game that has a float ability. It allows you to do all sorts of neat tricks and stuff, but the primary feature of it is it's going to allow you to float just outside of your opponent's range, make it easier to recover from way off stage. But Arti is not interested in letting Psyche use any of that, show off any of those shenanigans. He's just playing way too strong, way too aggressive, as Psyche has not been able to find his footing.
Yeah, you can have all the fancy techniques you want, but if you can't get around what Arti's going to bring at you, then you're going to have slim to none chance.
Backer didn't do it, yeah, and there's that flow being shown off, staying above Arti.
Yep, stalling out a little bit, giving yourself some more space to really recollect yourself and see the situation as you're going to hit an explosive flame, and still the percent keeps building for Psyche. 122 to 52. You need to see, get something, see if you can get anything started against Arti here.
Another unique thing about Peach that makes her a force to be reckoned with is with her down B, she can pull turnips from the ground, and they can vary in what they do and how much damage they do. Sometimes she can pull a bomb, which is extremely rare but extremely powerful.
Sometimes you can even pull a sword out of the ground.
Exactly. And what that allows Peach to do is A, have a projectile, but B, have an item. And what you can do with items is extend combos for a really long time and get a lot of damage. But again, Arti is not interested in letting any of that be shown off. He's playing far too aggressive to allow Psyche to get any sort of setup.
Speaking of extending combos, Arti just...
There you go. Nice little forward air for Psyche.
There you go. Also, big characteristic of Peach is very strong aerials. That whole float ability really plays into the strengths of her kit. But Arti's continuing to just keep the pressure on and pretty much land whatever he wants whenever he wants.
There's that float to delay the recovery. One thing Arti is really good at is catching your timing, going back to the ledge, just like he was trying to do there. But it's like he's been doing a pretty good job mixing that up. A little drag down off of that neutral air for Arti to set up Psyche on the platform. No follow-up, though. Nice combination for, out of Psyche, but he has quite a bit of ground to make up if he wants a chance to take the stock.
Yeah, still, it's going to be big in his back airs, but the mix-up. Thought he was going to get a back air instead. He eats the up air, goes off the top, and that makes 6 stocks taken for Arti. The lead grows wider.
This guy's
for Michigan State. Oh, yeah, he's
having fun.
He's on stage. He's on prime time. He's playing to the people. He's playing to the crowd.
And that leaves only 2 left on the U of M team. It looks like they're sending up Rama. Wait. Yeah, only 2 left. Looks like they're sending up Rama right now to try and take down Arti, who's making a good run, but with only 1 stock left, I do expect Rama to be able to take this. He's a super solid player. Has a few characters in his arsenal, and a couple of them do pretty solid against Palutena. So I do expect him to be able to take this last stock off of Arti and allow MSU to showcase a bit more of their talent.
Yeah, all this really comes down to is can Rama stay in one piece before, can he take the first stock from Arti before losing his own? Because Arti's already taken 6. 7 is just it's already snowballing now.
Yeah.
You got to stop the bleeding at this point. So we're going to see if Rama can do that right here, as I believe they picked PS2.
PS2 is out, and Palutena, Rama is. I do wonder which character he's going to be running to. He's got a couple, and it looks like it's going to be the Sephiroth.
Ooh.
A very big sword. It makes sense that he would pick this in this matchup, as Sephiroth does have a pretty solid toolkit to keep Palutena away from him.
However,
try and keep her at bay, as we've seen players fail to do.
However, Arti also very good at getting in, and when that happens, Sephiroth doesn't have the best options to have what's a really good, I would say, get-off-me tool, something that you can just sort of throw out quick when your opponent's, not letting you breathe.
Right.
You just sort of get them off you.
Yeah, Sephiroth definitely lacking when compared to Palutena in the up-close department. So it's all going to be about whether or not Rama is able to keep Arti at bay. Right here he's able to do so. He finds that opening.
Okay, there you go.
Doesn't find the biggest punish off of it, but you take what you can get here against Arti.
Yeah, you're not going to see really extended combos like Arti's doing from Rama's. You're going to see more like, grabs and like 1-2 hits, but they're going to do just as much over time.
A more long, controlled style of play comes through from Sephiroth.
A little bit slower, more technical kind of stuff. Like really picking your spots and landing specific hitboxes. That'll do the most.
Air dodge was a little risky for Rama, but he finds himself back on stage. Catches the fireball.
Gotta be careful that back air.
Yeah, the back air poking out was really threatening for Rama, but wasn't quite enough as Arti mixes up that movement. Winds up behind him as Rama is fighting from the corner now. He's gonna have to regrab the ledge. Arti chases him all the way down there.
That patience. Just the whole time, it's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? As soon, like, one wrong twitch, and Arti was just gonna take that stock. Good job. Rama's still back on stage, keeping this thing pretty even. All he needs to do is take one. If he takes it before he loses one, he gets all that 120% just disappears, and he keeps all three stocks. So
that's pretty big for Rama. He's doing well, but he eats that back air. He's unable to take that. And that would have put UoM pretty close to this. However, Rama is able to find the stock regardless, and that's going to bring up MSU's second player with a 4-stock lead over UoM.
These are the brutal gaps where it's like you gotta claw, you gotta really dig and claw every inch to try and bring this back to even. And when you're going against the 2023 Braves and they just send in like Okuna or Olsen or whatever, it's gonna be brutal. As right now it looks like we got Hawk coming up, and Hawk also one of the top players in the state.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the interesting thing is that you wouldn't necessarily guess this based on the eye test and what we see from Arti, but of the MSU players, I think of all of the ones that are here present today, he is the one that's technically ranked lowest.
Really? Yeah.
On the Michigan top 15. Part of that is because of inactivity.
Part of that's.
But that's just to say that we just saw Arti rip through 2.5 players.
Yeah.
And they now have 3 more players who are ranked higher than him to deal with.
The only reason, though, Arti is ranked technically the lowest is because he went back home to his home country.
Right, yeah, exactly. He was in Peru last summer.
Yeah, Arti come from Peru. So
I want to say he was ranked 3 in Peru.
Yeah. Imagine that, a whole country being ranked like one of the top 5 players in an entire country.
Yep. It's probably going to round out about 10th-ish in Michigan. That's why we love Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we love Michigan. Pretty strong in this game.
Absolutely.
All right.
Powerhouse, as some people call it.
Hawk locking in the patented route. Coming up against Ramiz's Sephiroth. Ramiz shaking his head a little bit. He's got to lock in here. See what he can do against Hawk's Rob. Another eye of consistency here.
Yeah, the Robert Bobbert here is from day one has been one of the...
Wait a minute.
Oh, there's some sort of mess up. I think maybe a wrong stage was chosen, possibly.
Yeah, mayhaps. Mayhaps. We're resetting.
Yeah.
We're resetting.
But as I was saying, from day one, Rob has been considered one of the best characters, at least one of the most consistent characters to play in the game.
Yeah, he's always been considered pretty effective.
And from seeing how a character can be played, there's multiple different ways to play Rob. You see, there are players that are just up close in your face, just throwing hands, and there's setups for Rob that can sort of take a life from 0 with just one hit. The 0 to death, if you will. And then there's ways, he has the projectile game capabilities to sort of just play back, play patient. So there's a wide variety of ways to play this character, and that really causes, that's what makes a character be like top 10 in the game. Or
yeah, Rob allows for a level of fluidity that not many other characters do. And Hawk tends to be the type of player where he's kind of just going to feel you out until he gets his opening, right? He's not necessarily going to be all up in your face, constantly harassing you. But when he does find his openings, he does make the most out of them.
Yeah, this here's a guy that is very well versed in that zero to death play style, as we said. Like the landing up from that little projectile he has in his hand right there, the gyro, which can, in some cases, win the neutral game all on its own.
Yeah, that move is extremely strong. Sits on the ground, constant little damage output, but it also functions as an item similar to the Peach Turnip we were talking about earlier. And there's that back air. A little slow, but super strong, and it's going to take that stock off of Rama's.
Absolutely. And now, still, you see he's just putting pressure on his shield, just jumping around all these nairs. Because he knows all he needs is like one to hit, and then it's off to the races. Yeah,
with the gyro in his hand, if one of these nairs hit...
yep, right here.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Looking, and it always ends with that little spin cycle off the side, but Rama is having none of it, because he's going to give him the spike down to the center of the earth.
Solid stuff from Rama but now working from the corner against Hawk. Oh no, in the gyro, it extends all of the hitboxes on up B, but he's able to sneak another stock off the bottom. I'm not sure what happened there, but Rama in his last breath, is able to take one off a Hawk.
As we in the Smash community say, we take those. We take those.
Yeah.
We absolutely, because it's one less stock that Michigan State has to deal with. And, if you were going to end up losing that stock anyways, might as well do whatever you can to make sure the lead doesn't get any bigger.
Oh, yeah. And now U of M sending up their anchor in Jado, Young Link player extraordinaire. We've seen a bit of Young Link on the stream earlier today. Jado, probably the best in Michigan. With the Young Link, yes.
Some people would, there's you have two camps. You have the east side and the west side camp on who they think is a better Young Link.
I forgot about Blue Blue.
Is it Jado or is it Blue Blue? And I'd say both of them, you have your bias.
Best,
you come
best
from the east.
solo Young Link.
But yeah, as Blue Blue is now starting to work on his own character.
Yeah, he's got a few other characters.
Yeah. But what you're going to see from Jado is a lot of the similar things like you saw earlier with Young Link. A lot of projectiles like a boomerang, some arrows and stuff, and building percent. A lot of early combo game looking for specific setups into moves, aerial moves that'll do a lot of the stock taking.
Right. Yeah, and Jado coming up against Hawk is not too shabby, as Young Link does pretty solid in this matchup. Rob, a big body, is going to fall for a lot of Young Link's traps and little hitboxes that he can throw out.
Bigger bodies are easier to hit, and therefore also easier to combo.
Exactly, and Young Link can do both of those in spades. As we see Jado rolling up the sleeves, getting ready here. He is the type of player where when he's playing well, he can beat some of these ranked players. He can really put his hat in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see if he is able to turn it up here and take a couple stocks.
Pressure makes diamonds. It's hot outside. The stage is bright. Let's see what Jado's got up his sleeves as we get into this thing. 3 lives left for all of U of M. And he's got to take, and Jado has to take 7 in order to give U of M the dub.
Pressure is on. All you got to do is take 7 stocks off of some of the best players in Michigan in a row.
Yep.
And you might find yourself as the #1 seed in your pool.
No biggie. But already Hawk looking for the 0 to death is off the side. The early stock taker not going to find it with the spinneroonie, and now Jado can sit back, start throwing some bombs, and reset neutral.
Yeah, and if Jado really wants any chance of winning this, he's going to have to take this first stock off of Hawk. Because if he's not able to do that, then that's 2 players who are ranked in the state that only have to take 1 stock off of him. It leaves him no room for error, and there it goes. His opportunity slides away from him as Hawk still remains with 1 stock left.
Yeah, those deep back airs so close to the ground. It's very difficult to space those for a lot of rounds. When they get it, oh my gosh, it is such a strong move.
Yeah, that move, it also functions as kind of a tempo breaker. You're expecting moves to come in at a certain time, right? So when that back air takes so long, it kind of hovers out there for a minute, and that can really mess up your flow. And if you get your timing mixed up like that, you could lose a stock. You could lose a stock very early.
Yeah, it's like people think, oh, is the attack going to hit now or later? And then boom, you drop your shield for 1 second, and you eat an explosion to the face.
Right, exactly.
You eat here's all this exhaust.
Now Hawk rocking 102% Jado looking to take this stock right away and leave himself with any type of chance. Avoid having to 3-stock any of these 2 players in a row. With 69% up to 92. Hawk gets a couple of hits in a row. Jado with a nice little nair from the corner. He's got to put Hawk on the back foot super quick here if he wants a chance. Couple of fire arrows in a row.
Yep. Still percent at 127. He's got to do something here. Hopefully he can take this last stock. There you go. Up here, not going to land. Instead, boomerang.
Ooh.
A little pogo stick to put more shield pressure on.
Wow, these guys are swinging.
Yeah, nobody can land that killing blow just yet. As Hawk's going to okay, it's getting a little too hot down there for me. We're just going to slow things down a little bit. But instead, boomerang into pogo stick off the top. And Jado stays alive and keeping U of M alive just a little bit longer.
He's got a shot. He has 1 stock of error. 1 margin of error, exactly. As up next from MSU is certain to be a good player.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure who exactly it's going to be, but Jado certainly has his work cut out for him. Hands out his ears. He's
oh, yeah, he didn't kneel big.
Swiping his shoulders. No big deal. No big deal. As they are going to send up Dice.
Mike Dyson.
Look at the sportsmanship.
Spice.
Dap each other up.
Oh, yeah. These are 2 good friends. Like, we all kind of know each other here, so these are 2 players that have played a lot.
Of course, yeah.
Through previous tournaments, so it's going to be a good one. Dice, one of the best, I believe, recently ranked number 2 in the entire state.
Yeah, on the last PR ranking, he was up there at number 2. He had a really good season, and he's still on that.
Oh, yeah.
He's still playing very well. He's had a couple of great showings at regional tournaments in the area. 2 of the buffest smashes.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
As all this new talent has sort of come
flex
in.
on him, Jado.
All this new talent has come into the state
the
for the school season. People are saying, Dice, have you fallen off? It's like, no, sir. I've only climbed to a higher summit.
Exactly. And see, that's the thing about the Michigan PR right now is that even if Dice falls down from number 2, I don't think that's a testament to Dice playing worse.
No.
I think that's much more of a testament to Michigan just leveling up so quickly in such a small amount of time. And now, Jado, with only 2 stocks to work with, has to take 6 off of 2 of the top 5 players in Michigan, being Dice and most likely Rydra. Off to a rough start here as Dice finds a couple of openings.
Yep, and now already Jado obviously still fighting for his life here, and the Falco Reflect is going to do a lot in limiting Jado's ability to just sit back and throw all the projectiles he's been doing so far. But little spike on the platform. Going to get the extension.
Ooh, the missed up smash. They're going to get punished. That move is very slow, has a lot of end lag. You would expect Dice to be able to punish it, but Jado finds a stock there. He's doing well, but again, he still has a lot of work to do.
All right. Hey, if you like what you see out there, let the players know it. Hey, come on.
Clap it up a little bit. We love to hear it.
Let the people know. And back air again, and now just like that, Jado and U of M sitting on their last stock here.
Ooh, a couple of projectiles in the corner, and there's that Falco Reflector. That down B is going to shoot those projectiles right back. Leaves Jado with not many options to work with. When Dice is on with that timing, it can be really rough for Jado to find any openings.
Yeah, and now here we go, Nair still, the shield pressure. Keeping it up, not able to find that opening just yet. A little movement mix up, and so it's going to be up throw, send him right back down to the earth.
Dice is kind of moving right now, but Jado finds him in the corner, a couple of hits. And see, this is the thing right now. For Jado, usually this performance, going toe-to-toe with Dice, trading stocks back and forth, would be incredible. He would be so happy with this. But in a spot like this in a crew battle, you need to be destroying your opponents. And Jado is just unable to do that at the moment, as Dice is looking too strong right now.
And now the percents are building. It's just going to be one up tilt back air just like that off the side. And Michigan State wins in commanding fashion with 5-0 as they win their pool. They win their group.
Yes, they do. And Jado with a super solid performance.
Oh, yeah.
Brought it